Hello, welcome back to Premier League Dad. My name is Key. We are live for Wolves' trip to the London Stadium. West Ham, are they going to get pulled in? Are they going to get dragged down with Wolves? I think everyone has kind of even accepted now, Wolves fans included, that Wolves are pretty much gone from the Premier League. It's a sad reflection of where they are and what their season has been. But they are 13 points from safety at the moment, Wolves, and they have a minus 30 goal difference, which compared to Tottenham's minus 10 basically means that Wolves are 14 points from safety with just 21 left to play. They would have to win pretty much every game and hope that Spurs, West Ham and Burnley don't pick up any more than 7 points each. And even then, that would probably not be enough because they would still go down on goal difference. So, an impossible task for Wolves. They're just waiting on. It's a case of if. It's a case of when, isn't it? Sorry, it's a case of if. No, when rather than if that Wolves go down. And are West Ham going to join them? That's the big question tonight. West Ham are a point from safety. This is a must-win. I think it's as close to a must-win as you're going to get for West Ham. I think if they don't win this one, the fans will really just start to accept that it's going to be so difficult. I know it's only a point, but they don't get easier than this game, do they? West Ham at home, Wolves, rock bottom of the Premier League. On paper, that is the easiest game you're going to face. You've got to win this one. You've absolutely got to win this one. That said, Wolves are not an easy side to play right now. They are absolutely flying, Wolves, in terms of the recent performance. Beating Liverpool, beating Aston Villa, drawing away to Brentford. They obviously drew with Arsenal as well not long before that. So I think they're unbeaten in the last 4 games, Wolves. Really doing well. And this is going to be a difficult one for West Ham. They're not going to be able to underestimate Wolves. As much as we've just said, they've got to win it, and they do. I also think there'll be an element of Nuno Santo looking at it and going, I mean, it's his ex-club, of course. That's another factor at play here. He's going to be looking at it and going, we've got to win this one. We've absolutely got to win this one, but we can't rest on our laurels. It's going to be a really, really good game to watch this one. I think we're going to see plenty of goals. Good to see everyone in the chat. How you're all doing? Lovely to see you. Thank you all to the members who've just been in the members only live. We've just done previewing this weekend's round of fixtures. If you want to be part of those members only lives, then you need to join the Premier League Dad Members Club. You can do so on the red play button. You can go and check it out if you so wish. But a massive, massive thank you to all the people who are supporting the channel. Including you, by the way, even if you're not part of the members club, even if you're just here, watching, commenting, liking, all that stuff. I can't tell you how much it means to me. So I really do appreciate you. Liam says, hi, Kate. Arne Slot could be staying at Liverpool next season. Seen reports. Yes, I believe so, and I'm looking forward to it. I hope that is the case. Shell, lovely to see you as always. 3-star. How's it going? Who else have we got in the chat over on TikTok and Twitch? Spurs are in huge trouble if West Ham wins. Well, I mean, to be honest, mate, Forest have got Villa this weekend. Spurs have got to go away to Sunderland, De Zerbi's debut, and Forest have got Villa. Leeds have got Man United on Monday Night Football. So Leeds, Forest and Tottenham, all of whom have got incredibly difficult games. This is the opportunity for West Ham, isn't it? It's an absolute open goal. All of your rivals are likely going to drop points this weekend, you would imagine. I think it's probably realistic to expect Villa pick up at least a point at the City Ground. I would imagine Sunderland would fancy their chances against Tottenham, and Leeds going to Old Trafford. All of these, you would imagine any of those win, it's a phenomenal win. I think a draw is probably the absolute maximum they'll reasonably expect. So if West Ham win, it's a big jump and they're out the relegation zone, aren't they? Jabba says Key's been busy. He's just got back from giving a pep talk to Slot in Liverpool. I have, yes. I've literally just got back from Liverpool. I got the train back with all of the Aintree racecourse people, the girls with the fascinators and the lads all suited and booted. I've been in Liverpool all day. Rehan says, Key, do you believe of a comeback for Liverpool against PSG? Oh, always. Always. Listen, you can't give up hope. You've still got to back the team. And I think we will. I think we'll do it. I think we'll turn it around. If we get an early goal, we can get at them. Adam, good to see you, mate. 3-star. I am well, thanks. Looking forward for the Wolves win tonight. Well, yeah, Forest. Forest will certainly be hoping for the Wolves win tonight. Gav's Travels, good to see you, mate. Luke Etherington, if Arsenal win and City lose, what points would Arsenal be on? If Arsenal were to, what was that? If Arsenal win and City lose, then Arsenal would be on 73 and City would be on 61. Obviously, they would still have a game in hand, but they would be 12 points behind with 21 to play for. So it'd be over. It would be over. Listen, City need to be perfect. They need 100%. Anything less than 100% is like the end of the road for City. They need to make sure Arsenal are dropping points, and I think there's a big chance they do drop points against Bournemouth tomorrow. But they've also got to go and they've got to win 100. They've got to go 100%. They've got to go perfect. City. A drop point is just done. They can't do any. They can't win the league if they drop any points for me. Roshan says, Key, what is Arne Slot's football philosophy? What is his ideology? Fast attacking football. That is what he's about. Fast attacking football. That's what he's always played at Feyenoord. It's what he's played last year at Liverpool when we've had attacking players, fast attacking players in wide areas. We haven't got fast attacking players in wide areas this season, so it becomes incredibly difficult to play the way that he actually wants to play. Server says should be a quiet night. Liverpool or Arsenal aren't playing. Yeah, should be pretty quiet tonight, I would imagine. Good evening, Gonza Benedicto. How are you doing, sir? Liam says Arsenal could drop points tomorrow to Bournemouth. Bournemouth have drawn every game so far, and they're not conceding too many goals, are they? Digadoo, why would anyone want the 115 cheats to win anything? Can't be real football fans. Well, you're assuming that they have actually cheated. There's no evidence to suggest they've cheated. At least not yet, anyway. Mr. Arsenal fan, how's it going? Jake, I hope Slot stays. Loves Gordon. 100 million, though, surely not. Gavs Travels, they definitely have cheated like Chelsea. Well, I mean, again, it's all still up in the air, but people have made the decision that they've cheated or made the judgment that they've cheated before there's any actual decision been made. People have found them guilty before anything's actually been any court of appeal or anything. It's certainly not clear as day. I don't know where you're getting that it's as clear as day from. Gav, if they haven't cheated, it would have been sorted ages ago. No, that's not true. That's not true. You say the reason that the other cases got resolved very quickly is because those clubs admitted their guilt, didn't they? Everton, Forest, Chelsea, they all said, "Well, you got us. There you go, you got us. You absolutely got us. There you go." City, it's different. City are being accused of things going back over a decade ago, and there's a lot of financial information to go through, and City are disputing that they've done anything wrong. So if you're disputing it, it's always going to take longer. If there's thousands and thousands of transactions to go back through, that's going to take longer. Decades of transactions. It's going to be. You can't say just because it's taken a long time that suggests that they are guilty. I'm not sure that's the case. Roshan says, mate, 5 at the back isn't fast attacking football. If you have a philosophy, stick with it. Not sticking with it is called hypocrisy. It's not actually. That's not what hypocrisy means. But 5 at the back isn't fast attacking football, and I assume you don't want Xabi Alonso on that basis then. You can actually play really fast attacking football with 5 at the back. If you've got wing-backs, if you've got Kirkes and Frimpong high, which I think is what his intention was. Unfortunately, Dembele and Kvaratskhelia did a great job at penning them back in. Graham says, can I ask, what happens if City are found not guilty? If they're found not guilty, then nothing happens. Yeah, nothing happens. If they're found not guilty, then nothing happens. Gav says, yeah, but they didn't have 115 charges. But the 115 charges are not, it's not 115 different things. It's like 3 things of which there are multiple charges of. Like 70, we've said this many times before, about 75 of the 115 are for non-compliance. So a big chunk of the charges are due to like the Premier League asking City for things and them going, nah, we don't think you've got the right to ask for that. You can't legally ask us for that, so we're not going to provide it. So that's a charge. that's a charge every single time that happens. Innocent until proven guilty, but I mean 115 separate charges is pretty convincing. Nah, not really. Not for me. Not when you look at it. Not when you look at it like that. Anyway, not for me. Jabba says Slot's philosophy looks like nihilism to me. The thing is with him, he's Slot for me is just taking a very pragmatic approach to it, because that's all he can do. There's not really any other options for us to do. We don't have the players to play the way he wants to play. Julian Nagelsmann or Luis Enrique. Well, no, we're not going to get either of them. And I wouldn't want either of them, to be honest. Liam says, Key, is there going to be a point where you just acknowledge the fact that Slot is the problem at Liverpool if the results get even worse? Yeah, absolutely there'll come a point. Of course there will. I find it quite disrespectful that you're even saying that you're saying that there is no point at which I will acknowledge. I'm not, totally close-minded, mate. I have said many times on this channel, you've been here many times before where I've said I got that wrong. I got it wrong. It happens. It happens. But no, I look at it, not even from an emotional point of view, just from a purely, just logical. I just don't understand how you can blame the manager and on one hand, but also on the other hand say, well, there's 7-8 players minimum that need to leave the club. And then you look at the benches that we've been putting out, the benches that Arsenal and City have been putting out, and players, there's literal fans that saying, why aren't we competing for a title? Look at the fucking bench we're putting out. Look at the bench. Shahid says, hello, Key. Everyone in the chat, looking forward to a great match. Absolutely. Gav says, I'm a gooner, but my brother's a Liverpool fan. Liverpool spent too much up top. Defence needed sorted. But that's not Slot's fault, is it? Slot didn't do any. Slot's got nothing to do with players coming or going. Slot has absolutely nothing to do with that. Zero. Doesn't have anything to do with it. Butch Jonah says, who's most likely to break out of the bottom 6? The bottom 6? I would say Leeds at this moment in time, but probably Tottenham will. I think Tottenham will. I think De Zerbi's going to turn it round. So yes, sorry, Felix, that does answer your question. I think I think De Zerbi will absolutely turn it round at Spurs. Felix, I agree. Slot has shown he can do a good job with the right tools, and which is poor. Manager should always decide. Absolutely. No, the manager should always decide, but that's not the framework that Liverpool have. So if the structure of the club is that he doesn't decide on transfers, and there's a very clear remit for how transfers are made, how players are brought and sold, that's on the club. It's not on the manager. Right, here we go. We are very close to kick-off here. So I think Slot needs to bench the first team and put under 21s on. The problem is he won't do that. The thing is, if he did that, sir, he'd get a whole lot more criticism for kind of throwing the towel in. I think he's got to try and maintain some degree of standards to the end of the season so that we can at least qualify for the Champions League. And like I said, as bad as people think we are, Villa and Chelsea are worse. Facts. Villa and Chelsea are worse. As bad as you think Liverpool are, Villa and Chelsea are worse. Gamer G, do you think West Ham will go down? No, absolutely not. Gav says that's why you won't get the top managers. Well, maybe. I mean, listen, I think we've got a top manager. I'm happy with Arne Slot and I want to keep him. Liam just saying, it's just the players to me have clearly looked like they've stopped playing for slot. But then why would that make you think, well, let's change the manager? If the players, and I don't agree that the players have stopped playing for slot, because the inputs are all the same. They're still covering the same amount of distance that they were under Jurgen Klopp. The same amount of distance, the same amount of sprints. I don't think there's any difference in terms of input and effort. I think the quality is a lot different. They're missing a lot of chances. Here's Wolves into the area. Good ball in. Armstrong stood back. Wolves in the area. Pull back. Big chance must be. Oh, what a bit of defending. That is far post. Massive chance at the far post. Oh, does he give a corner there? Walker Peters. Unbelievable defending that. Unbelievable stuff. That's fantastic. Great ball in. And yeah, Walker Peters just about gets it away. Gav says, your chat is decent like this. Just stay away from the Arsenal hate. I would say, mate, just, it's not Arsenal hate. I would just say it's chat. This is what it's like every game, including the Arsenal games. There's no Arsenal hate. If you're a particularly sensitive little snowflake about Arsenal hate, then maybe step out of the Arsenal ones. If it's really getting to you. But there's no Arsenal hate. The fact that I want City to win the league does not mean I want Arsenal to fail all forever and I hate Arsenal and everything about you. It's nothing to do with that. I just prefer City to win the league. Wolves out to the edge of the box. It's all Wolves opening 2.5 minutes here. Roshan says, this is like the Amorim situation. If the players can't change with the manager, then change the philosophy and the manager. I just disagree. It's not that we're suited to counter pressing. That's what you've drawn the conclusion because we've played like that under Jurgen Klopp for so long. There's not many teams that are counter pressing at the minute. Certainly not in the way that we're used to anyway. Like I said, Spurs have got the 3rd most successful presses in the league and the 17th. Arsenal, City, they're not pressing anywhere near as regularly or as intensely as they were. They're standing off now, if anything, because teams are playing over the press. So teams are finding new ways to get around this whole, counter-pressing philosophy. This idea that Liverpool don't press and that's why we should sack the manager. I don't buy it. But again, to each their own. 6-pointer for West Ham and Wolves. Just wants everything to turn to ash. Shadow Ninja. Hello, Key. I'm saying 2-1 West Ham. Keeping eyes on Millwall. Somewhat hoping they don't win. We could be promoted should 2 of the 3 fail to win. And Rochelle says, Key, we ran way less this season than we did under Klopp. No, not true. Not true. Not true. Jurgen Klopp, in the year that we... What was it? 2022, the year we nearly did the quad. We got outran in something like 26, 27 games in the league that season. It's not true. It's just categorically not true. We got outran for most of the season that Jurgen Klopp's best years. Alex Gregory, hi Key, I'm surprised Wolves aren't playing Mane. Well, do you know what? I think Mane could be on for a move this summer. I think you could be right. The West Ham team, by the way, we've gone through them. Did we go through them before the game? I don't know if we did, but Hermanson in goal, Walker Peters, Mavropanos, Disasi and Juve at the back. Then it's Soucek, Fernandez, Bowen, Pablo, Somerville and Tati Castellanos up front. I do think Castellanos has been a good signing for West Ham since he's come in. Done quite well, hasn't he? I know it's only 2 goals he scored, but I feel like he's done all right. He's put himself about a bit. There's a little bit of the, maybe not the Carlos Tevez, but you know what I mean? He's forever, he's kind of boundless energy up the top end, and that's kind of what you need in a relegation fight. For Wolves, it's Jose Sarr in goal, Krejci, Bueno, Mosquera, Chachua and Bueno at the wing backs, and then it's João Gomez, Andre, and Bellegarde, and then Angel Gomez just off Adam Armstrong. I really thought we would see Mane today. Yeah, Matthias Mane is on the bench for Wolves. Stacey, evening key and all. Hope you're well. I am very good, Stacey. How are you? Looking forward to my birthday tomorrow. Broken verdict, shout to Wolves, playing with some heart, even though they'll get relegated. It's tough to see, isn't it? Roshant, will you take Hansi Flick at Liverpool? It's just pointless even talking about it. I don't want Hansi Flick. I don't want Nagelsmann. I don't want Xabi Alonso. I don't want Steven Gerrard. I want Arne Slot. I want the man who won us the league title. That's what I want. So I want the manager who... I don't want... I feel like it's so wrong that we're even talking about sacking a manager like this. I think it's really divisive nonsense, to be honest. I don't like it. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, of course, but I find the whole conversation a bit tiring. Whenever we talk about Arne Slot going, it just feels like all of the aggro that people... All the stuff that people said in the summer about Diogo Jota and all the stuff about... You know, the manager gets a pass, the team get a pass. All of that's just dissipated, hasn't it? Liam, I've experienced it at United when the players had stopped playing for Ollie and Ten Hag. That's when you know it's time up for the manager. I disagree. And one, you're assuming they have stopped playing for the manager. I don't think they have. But two, I don't think that's the answer. I think if you've got a bunch of players who choose when they want to play and which manager they're going to play for, that's a really, really bad sign that you've got a really bad group there. And what you need to do is move quite a big chunk of them out, which Liverpool will do, whoever the manager is. Whoever the manager is this summer, 8 players will leave Liverpool. I guarantee you. Whether it's Slot in charge, anyone else in charge, 7 or 8 players will leave Liverpool. So that's a big, big chunk of the dressing room that will change. And we need to bring in some leaders. We need to bring in another Andy Robertson. We need to bring in another James Milner. Another, Gini Wijnaldum was a big, real leader in the dressing room. Players like that who'll run through brick walls for you. We're missing those sorts of players. And we haven't got enough of them. And it's a big problem. Felix, how old you turning, Key? 29 again, mate. Swifty says, Liverpool missing a top defensive midfielder with legs, in my view, an Endo replacement. That's true. Yeah, that's very true. Clip says that's what United have had the last 10 years. Players who pick and choose which manager they want to play for. Exactly. And you've got to kind of weed out the ones who aren't good enough. Got to weed them out. 3 Star says, Wolves carry on like this. The Olympic Stadium will be empty by half-time. Lock those doors. Oh, I tell you what, Souček's just been absolutely done there by Bellegarde. That's a possible red card check. Are they going to check that? I tell you what, this could be a red. This could be a potential red. Bellegarde's just got a yellow. I tell you what, he follows through here. I think this could be dangerous and out of control. I wonder, is there going to be a check at all? No. Oh, lucky boy. Jean-Rickner Bellegarde. Very, very nearly sent off in this one. Roshant says, Key, I genuinely would take Henderson back. Yeah, exactly. These are the players that we're missing. And we don't have enough of them in the Prem, in our team, sadly. Purple card. Slot never played Endo. For what reason? I don't know. Endo, he wants players with pace and energy in the midfield. Endo's a really, really good reader of the game. But he's slow, isn't he? He's cumbersome. It's the same with Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones hasn't got any pace. He's not a Liverpool player. We need to move Curtis on. Alex says, who do you think Liverpool will get for a backup left back? Or will they call back Tsimikas? No, I think Tsimikas goes. I think backup left back will be a tall, left-sided centre-back. So think like what Jurriën Timber is for Arsenal. Think what Ben White has been for Arsenal. Think maybe what Hincapié is for Arsenal in many ways. It was quite telling that Arne Slot wanted to sign Geertruida at right back in the January transfer window and the club wouldn't sign him for him. He's a tall, right back, can play centre back, can play left back, can play midfield, versatile type of guy. That's the sort of player that we need. and we need that over on the left. So I think it'll be more of a centre-back type signing who can play left-back. Stacey, are you doing anything nice tomorrow for your birthday? I'm spending it with you guys. I've spent all day today in Liverpool with my wife, my little girl. We've had a lovely time. And then tomorrow, I'm going to be watching from 12 o'clock, Arsenal-Bournemouth, all the way through to 8 o'clock when Liverpool and Fulham will finish up. So 3 big games tomorrow. We're doing Arsenal-Bournemouth, Everton away at Brentford, followed by Liverpool-Fulham. I'll be live for all 3. Key, I'd keep an eye on Southampton. I think they might get promoted. Well, there's the Championship tonight, West Brom and Millwall. There is Colchester and Swindon in League 2. Augsburg and Hoffenheim is 2-2 in the 43rd minute in the Bundesliga. Paris beating Monaco 4-1. I'm glad I stayed away from that one. Marseille beating Metz. Marseille and Metz is 0-0, sorry. Roma beating Pisa. Real Madrid and Girona's 0-0. I wish Arsenal would sign Malik Diouf. And Brentford-Everton needs to be a draw for Liverpool. I'd be honest, I'll take Brentford win. Just a Brentford win. It can't be Everton. Worst case scenario, if we have to finish outside of the Champions League places and one of them two has to finish above us, good luck the Bees. Go on, I hope it's Brentford. Broken verdict, bad cross by Diouf. I'm watching Diouf every game because I want to see if he's worth it at United. He's a good player, Diouf. But I don't know what Are United going to sign a left back? I don't know if you're going to sign a left back. You've got Luke Shaw. Whether or not he stays, I don't know. But you've got Dorgu. I don't know, you know. Sir, we need a player who we shout at the players when they mess up. Yeah, we need captains in the game. As Swifty just said there's not many captains in the game now. It's very true. Croupy at Bournemouth is a star. CEO says, Key, how is easy for one to get a job in the UK as a driver? Depends what kind of driver you want to be. Forklift driver, HGV driver, delivery driver. You can get a job delivering. Easy, dead easy. All you need is, as long as you've got your right to work documents and whatever, you can generally do whatever you need in terms of work. I think delivery wise, you can go and get with Amazon and Deliveroo and stuff like that. West Ham are in. Oh, skied over the bar. That's dead easy. But if you want to do like a HDV driver course, I don't know. You'd need to. In fact, to be fair, they're always recruiting them. Always recruiting HGV drivers. Truck driving. Yeah, I think you should be all right. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't know your specific circumstance, but there's always businesses recruiting HGV drivers. Matthew, non-league, but can you please wish my team Scunthorpe luck in the playoffs? Currently 5th at the minute. Yes, look, we watched a lot of non-league this season. We watched York and Gateshead recently, and it's a fascinating end to the season there in the National League. How's he missed that? I think he was offside, wasn't he? Wolves down the left-hand side, into the area. Bueno, ball in. Oh, headed away. That's better from West Ham. Ian says PSG v Bayern will be a great semi-final. Liverpool v Bayern will be even better though, Ian. Liverpool, Real Madrid. I want us against Trent. Roshanth, we don't need big-name players. We need players like Valverde at Real Madrid. Is Valverde not a big-name player? I'd go as far as saying Valverde might be the best player in the world at the minute. In terms of value and what he offers the team, goodness me, I'd 100% say he's up there. Croupy and Ryan need another season at Bournemouth. Ryan's doing really well. Croupy's 18. Isn't he got the most goals of any 18-year-old in Europe this season? I think so, anyway. Swindon down to 10 men. Millwall season could unravel here. Header just wide from Wolves. F1, what is the process to live in London with an American passport? Listen, I can't speak intelligently about coming to the UK, right to work, documents, all that stuff. I can't speak intelligently about that. I have no idea. But if you've got that stuff, then I can have conversations about what you might be able to do when you get here. There's lots of jobs available. Roshant says, I know I meant the type of players like box-to-box, high energy. I think we need a physical presence in midfielders. We need a big, tall midfielder. We need someone who can put themselves about a bit. Do you know who we'd kill for now? Not forget the whole energy and stuff like that. Like, that'd be wonderful. It'd be great if you had like a defensive Dominic Szoboszlai. That'd be fantastic. But just like a deep Mara man. Deep Mara man. Foot on the ball. Get a foot in. Like, tall, can take the ball down and carry it. And he didn't have Deep Mara man didn't have bagfuls of energy, but he was a fabulous player. That's the sort of player we need. Reads the game well, tall, imposing, physical. Doesn't necessarily, not slow, but can control the ball and can control the game. Souček, yeah, Souček is a good player. Matthew, apologies if you responded already, wasn't on the phone. Oh, mate, yeah, I did. We had a chat. We had a brief chat about it, funnily enough. I thought you was there. Liverpool need a Declan Rice. Listen, I think every team could do with a Declan Rice. But he's not really that sort of a player. Declan Rice isn't that sit in front of the midfield. I think Declan Rice is more of a get forward, box to box type of player. That's what he was at West Ham, wasn't he? We kind of need... There's not really many of them about. There really isn't that many of them about. Do you think Matthias Mane stays at Wolves next season? Probably not. No, I think he's going to go. Alex says, Key's got a question. Who's your favourite player to watch play? Lamine Yamal at the minute. Fabulous player. Far post, Wolves just about get it away, and it's a goal kick. Brentford 0, Everton 1 tomorrow, says tight on the Toffees. We just done our prediction show, mate, and we talked about that. Or a Roy Keane. Jabba, the new Premier League immigration channel. Yeah. Premier League immigration, Dad. Liverpool need Manuel Ugarte. If my team got promoted, it'll be the first team since Ipswich with back-to-back promotions. What about Onana at Villa? Yeah, listen, Onana at Villa's not a bad shout. It's not a bad shout. Come to Kenyan Academy and get better players than Wanyama. Hey, I'll be honest, I think Wanyama would have been if there was a modern day Wanyama that Liverpool could get, that would be a very decent signing. He was brilliant at Southampton. Scored a great goal at Anfield for Spurs as well, didn't he? Garav says yesterday it was a Millwall flag at Selhurst Park against Fiorentina. And Daichi Kamada. Yeah, listen, Daichi Kamada's very, very good, very underrated. But again, not sure defensively whether he's a good fit. Onana played for us. That'd be controversial. It's known that he's been liked by Liverpool. There's been rumours about Amadou Onana for many, many years with Liverpool. Even when he was at Everton, funnily enough. We have even better key. Love that. Wharton's quite physical. Yeah. See, I like Adam Wharton a lot on the ball. Off the ball, I'm not sure about him. He's not the type of player I'd want at Liverpool. I mean, yes, but with I don't think that solves that. It doesn't scratch that particular itch. We still need a defensive midfielder, even if we sign Adam Wharton. Roshanth, what's the Portuguese player at Fulham? He's a good shout. Palhinha. Palhinha plays for Spurs. He used to play for Fulham. United linked with Morgan Rogers for 80 million. Morgan Rogers to United. Imagine that. Swifty, Balaba's had a difficult season, but could be what you need. And love the transfer window. Do you think players will move club during the World Cup or after? Both. Usually it happens before as well. Sometimes it happens before. Garav, hello, Key. How are you doing? I'm good, mate. How are you? More importantly, how are you? Ball whipped in from the right-hand side for Wolves. Header cleared away by West Ham. That's better. Much better. Now Juve Wins a throw-in. I like him a lot. Every time I watch Juve, there's an energy about him. There's a real, and not just energy, but he's got real quality as well. Can put a great ball in. Very good player. Would love him at Liverpool if we didn't already have that left-back spot locked down. Very, very talented player. Like him. Like a Xhaka at Sunderland. Yeah, but he'd obviously have to be like 8 years younger than he is. Do you watch golf? No, absolutely not. To each their own. Again, it's, if you enjoy what you enjoy, right? Some people like F1, some people like golf, some people like darts. I am very much in love with football and not much else. I don't really watch any other sports. Adam, how many players total do Liverpool need? And could a rebuild take multiple windows? Well, it's already taken technically 2. I think we need another 2. Whoever the manager is, I think we need another 2. So, yeah, you can't change the squad in that big of a way while still... And the players we've signed are good. They're good players. They're just not ready to have an immediate effect. Wolves down the right-hand side. Cleared away. Come on. Let's get a fast goal here. Good play by Bowen. What a player he is. And now Somerville comes away. I like him as well. Gives the ball away too cheaply, though, there. You've got to do better when you get in that area of the pitch. Brogs, is that World Cup real? It is indeed, mate. Yeah, it is. It is. The Donald popped round and he said... I'm not going to do the accent. I was very close to doing the accent there, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Matthew says, do you think it's weird that a team gets relegated from the Premier League, doesn't sack a manager, and then a top team gets 5th place, sacks the manager? No, not at all. I don't think that's weird. Brogs, nah, seriously though, where'd you get it? I don't know. It's the honest answer. I have no idea where I got it. I didn't get it. It was bought by a friend for me, not for me, or not by me. United forever, dude. You know our policy, mate. You're in here very often. You don't need telling. Come on, no spamming. Don't be spamming. If you spam, you'll just get muted. You can't be doing that, mate. Come on. If I send a number, can you prank call? No. Not right now. Who watches golf? Hey, again, everyone likes what they like. Jabba, I only watch golf when I got my first HD TV because it was so pretty. My father-in-law's just got a 4K glass one. Do you know, the curved ones or whatever, like really like spenny. It's good. Garav, if Wolves win today, do you think there can be a miracle? No, they're 14 points. 14 points from safety, and they have a minus 30 goal difference. There's only 21 games left, 21 points left to play for. So they would have to win every single game between now and the end of the season. West Ham are in. Big chance. Bowen! Oh, he's got to score that. Big chance for Bowen. Big chance for Bowen, that. I do. Surely it's more worthwhile sacking a manager with getting relegated than getting 5th. Depends, doesn't it? Depends on the expectations of the team at the start of the season. Roshant, what's the orange kit? It's a Valencia kit. Valencia from about 2000, 2002-ish. Then abouts. If you showed the matches, how fast do you think your live would get pulled? Fairly quick, yeah. Brogs, apparently Liverpool are looking at Bowen for right wing. I think if West Ham go down, there's a fair few teams that'd like to take Bowen, but only as like a backup. He's not going to be a starter. But I would quite like him. I think that's the type of signing that Liverpool need to make. If honestly, if Mo Salah's going, we could do a lot worse than Jared Bowen. And he's a leader, he's a captain, takes responsibility. He's a wonderful player. That is exactly the type of signing Liverpool should be making. If that had gone in, there would have been 10 minutes of VAR. Yeah, Bowen should have done better there, though. As much as I'm saying he should stay, or he should come to Liverpool, that he probably should have done better there. Alex says Liverpool can officially only pull relegation players. You heard it from him. Yeah, you heard it. That's exactly what I said. Garav says young Roy Hodgson still going strong, the new Bristol City manager. Fair play to Hodgson. Oh, they've gone for a halfway line shot there, straight at the keeper. Who was that? That wasn't Jared Bowen, was it? Was it Jared Bowen who tried that? No, it was Tati Castellanos. Wolves are overrunning West Ham in midfield. They're trying just to hit on the counter-attack, aren't they, West Ham? Ball gets played over the top. That's better. Fernandes is another one I'd quite like, actually. If we could get Fernandes from West Ham, I'd take him. Fernandes would be perfect. Give us... In fact, do you know what? He might be one of the better signings we could make. Very cheap as well. Butch Jonah, where's Mo off to? Somewhere in Europe. He's 1,000,000% not going to Saudi. He will go somewhere in Europe. Madhouse, can you move your United kid a bit more central? I can't quite see it. Never. We'll never have him. Esco, are there any Wolves players you'd like? Mane wouldn't be a terrible signing, but he wouldn't get any games. We'd almost sign him and then farm him out on loan like Chelsea do. But he's a very talented player. He's just not a player that you can bring in and start if you're expecting to compete in a title race. So I like him though. He's a good player. But no, there's not really anyone else that I look at Wolves and think, yeah, they'd be a good signing for Liverpool. Gomez, maybe. Midfield, Gomez is okay, but nah, I think it'd be a pretty underwhelming type of signing, that one. It's all right. We'll just move him on. We'll just move him on. What about Savinio from Man City? No. What do you think, Savinio from Man City? What do we think of Savinio from Man City? I'm still thinking he's a bit of a rogue one, isn't he? A bit of a wild card. Well, Tring, evening key. Got a good halftime quiz if I'm still around. No worries, mate. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. 3-star Reds, a £65 million bid for Elliot Anderson's total baloney. Forest have said no, has been submitted. No bid has been submitted. And if there was, 65 wouldn't be enough. Depends if you go down or not. If you get relegated, the prices get affected. Undeniably. If you go down, I think 65 million for Anderson, 65 million for Murillo becomes eminently reasonable. Gibbs White, again, probably 50 million. Maybe less than that. There's a lot of players at Forest that... There's a lot of clubs that would be sniffing round him. Murillo, Nico Williams. Ooh, Somerville claiming a penalty there. Does he actually get caught? Do you know what? It's not a terrible shout, that, He puts his foot in, doesn't get any of the ball. I don't think I'd want to see a penalty given for that, but I have seen them given. Clayton, how's it going, mate? Oregon, Wednesday. I don't want to hear about anyone complaining about poor ownership. We've got the gold medal for that one. Who are we talking about here? West Ham? Or Wolves? Broken verdicts is key. If you got a signed Rooney shirt, would you keep it? No. Rebel MC, evening everyone. Hope everyone is safe and happy. Likewise. Felix, who's your favourite football content creator? I don't know. I don't really know. It's mad because a lot of the ones that I do sort of or have watched, they're usually live when I'm live, so I don't really get to see them as much anymore. There's a lot of good ones. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't really got a standout favourite. I quite like Toffee TV. I'll say that. I think Ped and Baz do good stuff on Toffee TV. I think. I like Goldbridge. I think Goldbridge does good stuff. Yeah, I quite like the Anfield Rap guys. The Anfield Rap guys are good. There's a lot of positive, a lot of good football content creators. There are. Matthew, even if Wolves win this match and all remaining matches, aren't they relegated? Depends. Depends, doesn't it? If the other teams win and take at least 7 points. What about that Key Thomas block? Jabba says defender just got enough of the ball to avoid a pen, but I still think the VAR crew are at the pub. They're not taking a look at it. I tell you, that should have been a red card for Wolves, shouldn't it, earlier? And maybe now a penalty for West Ham. Maybe West Ham are getting double done there by the referee. There's probably some West Ham fans who are already feeling a bit let down by that. Juve's giving the ball away. Oh, he got lucky there. We've praised Juve all night, but Armstrong very nearly punished him. He does apologise to his teammates there, Juve. It was a needless give. Just gave the ball away in a really dangerous position. Will you ever do more long-form content like Goldbridge? No. No, I don't think so. Unless I got an editor. Unless I ever made it, professional, big style. Then I would need an editor, because I am useless at editing. It's far easier to just turn the camera on, I think, and just do some stuff. I prefer it that way. But yeah, editing's not my thing. You need an editor. Toffee TV Tops Key has excellent tastes. Yeah, I like Ped and Baz. Yeah, Baz in particular. I think I'd get on with Baz. I like Baz. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he'd disagree. I don't know, but I like him. Rebel MC. If I could have a signed shirt, it would be Franz Beckenbauer and Jabba, and I watch Goldbridge's entertainment. Yeah, Goldbridge is the OG, really, isn't he? West Ham 0, Wolves 3. Michael Boydell, God, you are so tiresome to watch. Who's forcing you to watch? I didn't realise I was part of a captive situation. Is Salah off to Saudi or staying in Europe next season? I think he's staying in Europe. But what do you think? Let me know what you're thinking. Maddow says, Key, you should do a phone in. Well, maybe not. No, I'd love to. I really would love to. I've said this before. I'd love to. Really would love to do a phone in. If I did do a phone in, how many of you, just by show of hands in the chat, or just say in the chat if you can, if you're watching now, if I was to do a phone in, would you phone in? That's the question. Would you phone in? If I did a phone in, and even if it was just like, you don't even have to show your face if you don't want to, even if it was just you just dial in. If I can find a way, the technology for you to be able to dial in and get it broadcast. 5 minutes, let's call it. 5 minutes, you just dial in and we have a chat. Would you do it? Oh, there you go. Fiona would. That's good. Apparently, if Spurs stay up, they get Robertson. Yeah. I think that's the case. Robertson was meant to be going Spurs last summer. Garav says Salah will go to Napoli. Salah to Roma, says Broken Verdict. Welshwing used to hate Goldbridge, but don't mind him now. At least he's been able to dial it down, hasn't he? That's the beauty of it. Once you get kind of... I guess once you get big, like he's millionaire now, he doesn't need to do as much of the rage bait, let's say. Ethan, how's it going? Hello. Sorry, yes, like TalkSport. A little bit like TalkSport. A lot less rage bait, though. What if it was just, we'll pick a topic, and, I mean, to be honest, you could phone in and chat about whatever you wanted, but let's say we picked a topic and we did a weekly phone in. Would that be something that would interest you? I'd phone in, chant your quizzes are shit, your quizzes are shit, and then hang up. Yeah. Clayton, I was watching Call Yourself a Fan on the Coral YouTube channel. They asked which manager would you live with for 1 year? Live with? Oh, God. Sean Dyche, I would quite like to live with. I think I'd live with Sean Dyche. Just because he's admitted that he likes a curry. So, yeah, I'd quite like to have a... Maybe it'd be good fun with Sean Dyche and having a curry. I don't know. Are you watching Vikinger Breidablik? Not right now, no. We have watched the Icelandic League, but right now we're watching West Ham and Wolves. Frankie, do you think Van der Ven would be perfect for Barca? Not for me. No, I don't think Van der Ven's really a player that suits Barca at all. Marilyn, Salah to Saudi is done. They would treat him like a god over there. No, I don't think he cares about that. I don't think he cares about that. If he cared about money, he would, or how he's treated. I don't think that would matter. He could have gone there last summer and got the most fee of any player in the whole world. He'd have been the highest paid footballer in the world if he'd have gone there last summer. And I think he knows he can still get massive money if he goes there in 2 years. So he's not in any rush. He'll go to Saudi, I'm sure, in the end. But he cares about his legacy. TJ, from this season, if you had to pick one player from Arsenal as your favourite, who? Oh, it's Timber. People know I'm very fond of Timber. Fabulous player. Garav says, Key, I don't think so. Arsenal will win the league. They'll bottle it somehow. I don't think so. We all live in hope, but no, I don't think so. Madhouse says, I'd say Fowler was crap and then hang up. You'd be banned immediately for that. Welshring, in all seriousness, no, I would phone in, but I cringe at the sound of my voice. Hey, well, I have to do it. my audible chocolate tones are on the airwaves for everyone to hear. But yeah, hey, listen, mate, you know, if you wanted to, you could. No, I wouldn't hold you to it. But if we did a phone in, it might just be me. For the first few, maybe just until you build up your confidence. It might just be me talking until we get some regulars who want to have a phone in and have a chat. Ahmed says, if I was in Salah's place, I'd stay at the Premier League or go to Saudis. Timmy says, hi, Key, how are we doing? I'm good, mate. It's my birthday tomorrow, so I'm very good. How are you? Frankie says, Key... Oh, sorry. Who do you think could stay at Spurs if they go down? I don't know. I really couldn't tell you, you know. Really, really couldn't tell you. Big chance again. Jared Bowen. Shot blocked. There's really not a lot happening here, is there? 38 minutes in. Ashi says, hello, love your streams, Key. I love you, mate. Thank you very much. Good to see you as always. Call-in show would be nice. I'd phone in. I've done it before with Toffee TV. Oh, hey, well, I need to find the technology. I need to find a way to do it. There is a way to do it, but it is complex. Apparently, it's quite difficult. But I'd love to do it. I really would. I once talked to strangers in Cardiff and they said, my word, you have the strongest Swansea Jack accent I have ever heard. I'm not sure I'd be able to tell the difference between a Cardiff accent and a Swansea Jack accent. Timmy says, hopefully some Thomas tears on your birthday if Arsenal win. Hey, we'll see. We'll see. It could be a terrible day tomorrow because I'm watching 3 games back-to-back. Arsenal, Bournemouth, Brentford, Everton, Liverpool, Fulham. So there is a possibility there that Arsenal win, Everton win, and Liverpool get beat. And if that happens, oh, it'll be a terrible birthday. A terrible, terrible birthday. Mr. Arsenal fan, you look tired. I've been walking around Liverpool all day, mate. That's not a very nice thing to say to people, generally speaking, mate. I'll let you off. But if you say that to a lady, she won't take too kindly to it. You look tired. What are you trying to say? Che only gets views when it's Arsenal or Liverpool. I don't know. You'd have to wait and see whether it's. I don't know if that's the case. We got some pretty big numbers on the AFCON games. We get big numbers when it's not 0-0 West Ham Wolves on a Friday night. I think it's bad today, especially it's quieter today because of Aintree as well. There's a guy called Tom Ricks Comedy who does different Welsh accents. He's hilarious. I'll have a look. So what's his name? Tom Ricks. Tom Ricks. I'll have a look at him after the game. And we'll reconvene on that one, mate. Bowen into the area. Corner should be. Fremo, you'll get a slap in Liverpool off a bird from that. You would, wouldn't you? Can't be going up to women and saying you look tired. They'd say, you cheeky bugger. You cheeky so-and-so. Timmy says Key's missus told him off after he said she looked tired. Look radiant as ever. Radiant, sir. Radiant. Rebel MC, or the bloke who phoned Sarah Green on Going Live when she was interviewing 5-Star. I don't even know what that is. Shows how... Yeah, I have no idea. Are you going to watch Arsenal tomorrow? I am indeed, mate. Yep. I am indeed. Oh, there you go. It's Mavropanos. It's 1-0 West Ham. We finally got a goal in this game. It's been coming for such a long time. Oh, I thought Wolves would be the one to nick it, to be honest. But West Ham, ball got whipped in. Mavropanos makes the final touch. And it's there. 1-0. Big, big goal for West Ham. Massive goal, that. Massive goal. That is incredible. For West Ham in the race to stay up. That takes them out of the bottom three and Tottenham go in. They're 2 points clear of Tottenham now. Bowen ball in. Mavropanos couldn't get to the first one. It gets headed back out to Bowen, and as the ball comes in here, it's a lovely header, that, isn't it? A really, really lovely header. What a ball in. Jared Bowen again making the difference. It's all about that crossing. Great ball in. Mavropanos, there's nobody near him. It's a wonderful header. And it's 1-0 West Ham. Go on then. The Hammers. They're staying in the Prem. I really have no skin in this, but come on, the Hammers. Exactly, that's it. It's good. It's good fun, isn't it? Got your... Mate, I haven't. I have no idea what to put on, Pete. Who would you put on? Have you got any? Have you got any tasty tips? For the horses, I mean. Joe says, Key, can we do a phone-in where you shout over each other and have no discussion? Absolutely not. You know me, mate. I rule with an iron fist. I rule with an iron fist, with a rod of iron, and I will literally say, excuse me. I'll mute him. It's a dictatorship when I do a phone-in. It's not going to be a little democracy. I'm not going to allow shouting over each other. I'll have a gavel. I'll be like, the Houses of Parliament. Order in the House. There'll be no shouting over anyone. No speaking over anyone. No interrupting. We'll have civil discourse, but very, very, very enthusiastic civil discourse. You should disagree very, very enthusiastically, and even throw a little few cheeky insults in there if you really want to. Are you watching West Ham? I am indeed, mate. Yes. I am Maximus Key. Lucky 13. Nice. To be honest, I was in Liverpool today with all the girls, all the women getting off the train with the fascinators on and the dresses up the backsides and all sorts like that. The missus was like that, slap. Hey, put your eyes away. I'm kidding. It was all good fun, but yeah, there was some who looked like they were. It's supposed to be a classy race show, isn't it? It's supposed to be like elegant, and it just there was some who we was laughing our heads off, to be fair. There was some who looked like they were just getting out, like they're getting back off a night out, to be fair. They had music blasting and poor girl, she looked really, really she looked like she'd had a skinful already. He gets an hiding off his bird. To be fair, she was laughing her head off as well. Jabba says you need someone like Gerald from Clarkson's Farm to call him where no one can understand him. What's a fascinator? A fascinator is one of them things that they put on their head where it's like that. Like, it's like a little like pink thing that sticks out the side of their head, or you know, whatever colour their dress is. If they've got a purple dress, they'll usually have like a purple fascinator. The Wolf shirt is a bit too minty for my tastes. Garov says if Spurs go down, it'll be difficult for them to come back up. Do you think so? I don't think so. I think if Spurs do go down, they'll bounce straight back up. Same as Villa did. Same as Newcastle did. They'll be back before long. They're too big. They've got the stadiums too big, and they've got players who'll stick with them. It's half time though. West Ham 1, Wolves 0. I believe Welsh Wing has a quiz for us as well. FJL, you at the game this weekend, lad? I'm not, mate. I don't go games. I don't go games at all. I have no interest in going. Will never go again. 2 years, no games. Used to go a lot. Have no interest in going again. Villa didn't bounce straight back up. But it wasn't that long, though, was it? It really wasn't that long. Villa, Newcastle. Newcastle have been promoted twice, been relegated twice, haven't they? But Villa and Newcastle were pretty much straight back up. Key's a plastic fan now. Absolutely, plastic fan. I have no intention of going again. Absolutely none. I used to go all over Europe watching Liverpool. Absolutely no desire to go back. Will not go back. Couldn't pay me to go back. Not interested. Right. What are we saying? Joe says Key was in Liverpool City Centre with his Monty Rex tracksuit, Bally on, his son on with a lost Murray in his hand. Welsh Wing says, quiz, name me the top goalkeepers, last names only, with the most Premier League appearances for each letter of the alphabet. Ooh, I like that. Goalkeepers, surname only, with the most appearances. EFG, HI, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. See, I know the alphabet. I'm showing off already. Check for C, I would imagine. Friedel for F. A must be Allison, surely. A has got to be Allison. S, I'm sure, is Schmeichel or Seaman. I would say Schmeichel, you know. Schmeichel or Seaman. No, it must be Seaman. Must be Seaman, surely. David De Gea. D's De Gea. Yeah, I could understand that one. B for Bosnich, maybe. E for Ederson. Yes, definitely Ederson. Onana. C for Czech. J for James. A for Allison. Not Onana. Definitely not. Surely it's not Onana. S will be Schwarzer. Oh, Schwarzer, yes. I like that thinking. V for Van der Sar. That's got to be right. That has to be right. Please, sweet Lord, tell me that's right. V for Van der Sar. R for Ramsdale. P for Pickford. It might well actually be, to be fair. P for Pickford is not a terrible shout. O for Ortega. It's not F for Friedel or A for Allison. Goodness me. F for... It's not Tim Friedel. Tim Flowers, I was going to say. It's not Brad Friedel. There's a keeper who's made more Premier League appearances than Brad Friedel with F. No. Surely not. That's baffled me. That has absolutely wrecked my head. L for Lloris. Yeah, that's got to be. Hugo Lloris is L, surely. A for Almunia. Nah, can't see it being Almunia. Almunia. It's not a bad shout. It's not a terrible shout. H is not Howard. Jesus Christ. H is not Howard. G has to be Rob Green. Yeah. G, Rob Green. F for Tim Flowers. F for Fabianski, maybe. This is a really good quiz. H for Hislop. Shaka Hislop, maybe. Have we got an I? A for Almunia's made more Premier League appearances than bloody Alisson Becker. Oh, can't believe that. Can't believe that. It's not green. Good grief. Who's K? K? M for Nigel Martin. Yeah, surely that's Nigel Martin. Nigel Martin. K. I'm trying to think of a keeper beginning with K. I can't even think of one. Krul. Yes, Tim Krul. Kepper. Is B going to be Becker? I bet he's done that. I bet Welshwing's done the cheeky B's for Becker. Is B Alisson Becker? Keith. Oh, Casey Keller. I bet Casey Keller's the one, yeah. There's some fantastic shouts coming in here. If you've just joined us, by the way, it's a quiz that we're doing in the chat. Welshwing's brought it. Great quizzes from Welshwing, as always. A to Z of Premier League goalkeepers with the most appearances for each letter of the alphabet. So far, we've got A for Almunia, M for Nigel Martin, C for Petr Cech, D for De Gea, E for Ederson, L for Lloris. P is Pickford, did we say that? B is not for Becker. Okay, B is not Alisson Becker. H for Hart. Oh, yeah. Joe Hart, surely for H. Surely. H is for Joe Hart. Okay. B for Begovic. Begovic is not a bad shout. And Robinson. Paul Robinson as well for R. David Raya, Robinson. G for Given. Shay Given. Come on, I'd be really surprised if we haven't got G for Given. Garav. No, mate, it's surnames only, Garav. Only surnames for it. So Vincente Guaita wouldn't work. V is Van der Sar. Guaita would be G. And G must be Shay Given. Surely it's Given. Who the hell is X? Don't think we've got an X. B is Begovic, though. Okay, so Almunia, Begovic, Cech, De Gea, Ederson. We've not got F yet. F. And it wasn't Friedel or Flowers. Who's it going to be? Fabianski. Wasn't Friedel, Flowers? Friedel, Flowers, Fabianski. H for Henderson. There is no X. Okay, there's no X. G for Given is a given. It must be. It must be a given. It's not Ramsdale for R. F for Fabianski. Ben Foster has to be. Ben Foster's not a terrible shout either. Yeah, Ben Foster. He wasn't in the Prem that long though, was he? Honestly, F has got me stumped. Chesney for S. It is Foster. Ben Foster has more Premier League appearances for Ben Foster than there is for Brad Friedel. You are having a giraffe. Please, sweet Lord. I'm verifying that one. Brad Friedel, how many Premier League appearances did he make? 25. 114 for Villa. There's absolutely no way he's made less. Ben Foster has made more than... What's 68 off that? 8, 39... 469 or 479. There's no way Ben Foster's made over nearly 500 appearances in the Prem. Absolutely not a chance. Zero chance. Surely. 505 appearances. And most of them have been for like Wrexham and... Nah, I'm calling bullshit on that one. That's defo Brad Friedel. Have we got A? Yes, R is for Robinson. Bernd Leno for L. Did we get H? If not, it's Hennessy. Foster was playing for Watford when he was like 36. No, I know. I just didn't think it was. I didn't think it was that one. Quizmaster's always right. No, hey, listen. Quizmaster is always right, by the way. Always right. Whatever the answer actually is, the Quizmaster is always right. Absolutely. S for Sorensen. I don't think we've still got S. Seaman and Schwarzer were put forth. We haven't got a Z, have we? H for Hart, we said. Right, so we've got Almunia, Begovic, Cech, De Gea, Edison, Foster, Given and Hart. I. Can anyone name a Premier League goalkeeper starting with I? J must be Jaskalainen. I've just looked at J and thought it's got to be Jaskalainen. Surely that's Jussi. Jussi Jaskalainen for J. What about I? I. Premier League goalkeeper. I. Iloris. Yeah. I don't think we're gonna get I. I don't think maybe there isn't an I. Jaskalainen, Keller, Lloris, Martin. We now need an N. No. Isaacson. Yeah, the Swedish keeper. He was around for a bit. Maybe Isaacson could be the one. It's not Jussi Jaskalainen for J. Oh, questionable. Eyebrows raised. Definite eyebrows raised across the chat. If there's a goalkeeper that's made more appearances than Jussi Jaskalainen with a surname starting J, goodness gracious me, I bow to your intellect. David James, fucking hell, of course. David James. Oh yeah, bloody hell. Liverpool's first ever signing in the Premier League. That, by the way, David James. Calamity James. Oh, that's laughable. Can't believe I even said that. I said it so cockily as well, so arrogant. Anthony Amy for N. He was in the Prem for a little bit. He was in the Prem. Is T Trafford? Possibly. 572 appearances. Oh, not too many then. Not too many. Jens Lehmann. No, we've got Lloris for L. Courtois. No, we got Cech. I might well be Isaacson. Did Isaacson play in the Prem? Welsh wing. I don't know if you can confirm. Oh, N and O. N-O-Q. I don't think we've had a Q, have we? Have we had a Premier League goalkeeper starting surname Q? W. Gary Walsh. Walsh, who played for... He was at Bradford, wasn't he? Gary Walsh. No, Ian Walker. Ian Walker would have made far more. Far more. V is Valdemarson. No, V is Van der Sar. Ian Walker, I would imagine, maybe for W. It's Everson. Oh, Everson, of course. Everson, yeah, played for Leicester. Leicester goalkeeper. There is no Q. Okay, no Q. But we have got an N, an O, a T, a U, a Y, and a Z. Is that right? Is W Walker? Daniel Everson of Leicester. Great quiz, this. I like it. Everson played 12 times in the league. That's 12 times. It's enough, isn't it? It's enough. T for Turner. T for Trafford. M for McCarthy. No, I think M's Nigel Martin, mate. We've got M. We need N. N for nighttime. N for Nigel. Nigel Spinks. Trying to think of N's. N. Struggling for goalkeepers with the surname N. If Liverpool had any. We haven't really had any. Pepe Reina was around for a while. Dudek. Vesterveld. Mignolet. We haven't really had any other than David James and Alisson. Man United keepers, Van der Sar, Bosnich, Schmeichel, Howard. Taibi, Carroll, Onana, De Gea. W is for Walker. Okay. N is for Niemi. Oh, okay. Anthony Niemi is there. So now we're on to O. So O, we've got a goalkeeper beginning with O. Adam Bogdan. Welsh needs a bell for the answers. We need O, T, U, Y, and Z, by my reckoning. Can you give us the answers? Because I think we're going to struggle here. You might as well. Y I'll give because he only made one appearance. Ian Yardley. How did we not get that one? Ian Yardley. So we need a Z, a U, a T, and an O. Zuto. Z, a U, a T, and an O. By my count, we've got Almunia, Begovic, Cech, De Gea, Edison, Foster, Given, Hart, Everson, James, Keller, Lloris, Martin, Niemi, Pickford, Robinson, Schwarzer, Van der Sar, Walker, and Yardley. O for Ospina's probably not a terrible shout. I like that. That's a very good shout. Yeah, always a very decent shout for Ospina. Or Black surely for... Oh, no, it's only Premier League, mate. Premier League goalkeepers starting with each letter of the alphabet and the most appearances for each letter in the alphabet. So we've got Almunia, Begovic, Cech, De Gea, Edison, Foster, Given, Hart, Everson, James, Keller, Lloris, Martin, Niemi. We're waiting on O. Agrizovic. O was Agrizovic. Steve Agrizovic made more than David Ospina. Crikey. Robinson, Schwarzer, T and U. Who was T and U? T was Ian Turner. And then we need a U. Was there a U? Who the F was Agrizovic? Steve Agrizovic, handsome fella. Used to play for Liverpool, funnily enough, Steve Agrizovic, back in the 80s. But he made his name playing for Coventry City, mainly. In the mid to late 90s, Steve Agrizovic was the Coventry goalie. And a very, very handsome man he was. He missed my Neto, gotta be it. No, Anthony Amy. There is no U, okay. And Z was for Zubabula. Would never have got that, but I like the quiz. There you go. Thank you very much, Welshwing. Really appreciate that. We've got back off with the second half now, so we can focus on the game again. But thank you very much, Welshwing, for the halftime quiz. I like that. That was good fun. A to Z of Premier League goalkeepers based on the number of appearances they've made for each letter of the alphabet. A was Almunia, B was Asmir Begovic, C was Petr Cech, D David De Gea, E Edison, F Ben Foster, G Shea Given, H Joe Hart, I Everson, Daniel Everson of Leicester, J was David James, K was Casey Keller, L Hugo Lloris, M Nigel Martin, N Anthony Amy, former Southampton goalkeeper, the Finnish goalkeeper, Anthony Amy. Steve Agrizovic was O. P Jordan Pickford, there was no Q. R was Paul Robinson, S was Mark Schwarzer, T was Turner, there was no U, no X, V was Van der Sar, W was Ian Walker, Y was Yardley, and Z was Zubabula. Nice. Good one, Welsh. Appreciate that, mate. Thank you very much. Well done, everyone in the chat. How was S not David Seaman? I mean, Mark Schwarzer played a lot of games in the Prem, I will say that. He played a lot. I would say he played until he's like early 40s, didn't he, as well? A lot of David Seaman's games as well started in the 80s, didn't he? He played late 80s David Seaman. Or he might have started like 1991, just before the Prem. He's Chelsea's oldest footballer at 41. Derek, hello, Key. How are you? I'm good, mate. Thank you. I'm good. How are you, more importantly? Matthew Foster cheering for Arsenal tomorrow, fella. Absolutely. Friedel had more than Foster. Hey, listen. It's a minor flaw in what was otherwise a brilliantly executed quiz. And a very much appreciated one as well. Thank you very much, Welshwing, yet again. Fun fact about Ogrizovic, he was born in my hometown of Mansfield. Was he really? I'm good, mate. Just saw you alive. Thought I'd pop in. Cheers, man. Yeah, always good to see you, mate. Good to chat footy with you. 49 minutes on the clock at the London Stadium. West Ham 1, Wolves 0. This one has it hanging in the balance. Spurs fans will be watching nervously ahead of their game on Sunday against Sunderland away at the Stadium of Light. We're going to be watching that one. Sunderland, Tottenham, 2 p.m. on Sunday. Straight after it, we're going to be watching Chelsea and Man City. But tomorrow, 3 big games back-to-back. 3 big games back-to-back. First off, Arsenal, Bournemouth. Come on, the Cherries. Then Brentford, Everton at 3 o'clock. Come on, the Bees. And Liverpool, Fulham at 5:30, which I'm very, very nervous for. Welshwing, name me a goalkeeper with the letter J that's more than Juicy Askelainen. I'll wait. Oh, yeah, David James. Yeah, I know. I absolutely got found out there. Humiliating. Spurs in the bottom 3. Come on, Fulham. Behave yourself, Andy. Julius, we're in the relegation zone. This can't be real. You've still got a game, a full game week of fixtures to go yet, mate. You only need a point, don't you? Oh, no, you need a win. You need to win. Anything less than a win at the Stadium of Light and Spurs are still in the relegation zone. They have to go to Sunderland and win. What's Tottenham's fixtures looking like after this? Tottenham have got Sunderland away. They've got Brighton at home after that. Tell you what, Brighton are on a bit of a run recently. They're trying to, build up a bit of momentum to get into Europe. So Brighton's going to be a difficult one at Tottenham. Wolves away after that. Wolves should be down by that point. Tottenham might even be able to send them down at that point. Then they've got to go away to Villa. They've got Leeds at home, then away to Chelsea before they finish up at home to Everton. Oh, it's a difficult run of fixtures, isn't it? It's a very difficult run of fixtures for Spurs. Ball whipped in. Wolves flick on. Big clearance. Claim for a penalty. Oh, West Ham just about scramble it away. Spurs have to win games to stay up. How hard could that be? And Panashista says, hey, Key, fun fact, the average net spend for LFC in a transfer window since Arna arrived is £50 million. That doesn't make any sense. The average net spend for LFC in a transfer window since Arna arrived. Are we talking about the fact that we've had 4 transfer windows, basically? Ahmed says, Key, do you think De Zerbi will regret his decision if he gets relegated with Tottenham? No, he's said, hasn't he? He's come out and said that he will be Tottenham manager next season, come hell or high water. Arsenal guy, hi Key, love the content and the raging at Arsenal. Always see you on YouTube. Cheers, man. Thank you. Good to see you. Timbo says, when we were 10th, we channeled our inner Barcelona to stop Spurs winning the league. And Timbo, mark my words, will do the same to send them down. Tottenham cold spur. Here we go. Wolves have got a free kick just outside the area. Real Madrid have gone 1-0 up in front against Girona at the Bernabeu. I don't know who it was who scored it. Ball whipped in off the post. Oh, what was the keeper doing there? Hermanson. Oh, West Ham are in. West Ham now. They're 1-on-1. The keeper's off his line. Big chance. What are you doing? Oh, stupid decision from Crescencio Somerville. Absolutely foolish decision there. It's a terrible, terrible effort from... who's the defender here? Who's the defender who gets caught in all sorts of trouble? I think it's Chachua. Chachua just can't quite... He gets his feet all muddled up. And Crescencio Somerville... He's away 1-on-1 with Jose Sarr, who's miles off his line. He tries to lob him from about 45 yards out and somehow contrives to put it wide. Silly from Crescencio Somerville. Very, very silly. Very nearly 2-0 West Ham. That would have killed the game off there, you would imagine. But West Ham now, it's woke them up a little bit because Wolves hit the post there, and they went from being maybe 1-1 to all of a sudden should have been level. What a goal! Oh, no! Jared Bowen off the post! That would have been incredible from Jared Bowen. Souček. Oh, and Wolves just clear it away. Fucking hell. Jared Bowen. Absolutely unbelievable stuff, that. Finners, weren't you meant to watch Real Madrid? I was going to watch Girona Real Madrid tonight. But I decided against it. I thought, balls, we'll watch a bit of West Ham and Wolves. Mainly because I know for a fact if I'd have put Real Madrid Girona on, everybody would have come in the chat and gone, oh, why are you not watching West Ham and Wolves? So I just thought, balls, we'll watch the Premier League game. We'll watch the obvious game rather than the one that I actually think will be better. Maybe the Real Madrid Girona game might have some more goals. But as it stands, this has been a good one. Who celebrated Bowen hitting the post more? Wolves fans or Spurs fans? She's good enough to keep us out of the drop zone only if players work hard on the pitch. And counter debate hammering Wolves here. Jabba, maybe we aren't interested in Somerville anymore. There's a lot of teams would take Crescencio Somerville, isn't there? I don't know many teams that wouldn't. I quite like him for Liverpool, to be honest. Just think his final ball's a little bit iffy. But he's still quite young as well. Is it Valverde who scored for Madrid? Nice. Dylan, I'm going to the Sunderland game tomorrow. You going to the Sunderland game tomorrow? Hey, you're a day early, mate. It's only on Sunday. The Crimson Flip. Or the Crimson Lip. Come on, you Irons. I have got a bit of a soft spot for West Ham. Given I am based nowhere near East London, I have no connection, no affiliation in any way with West Ham. I always feel like if Liverpool didn't exist, and I was one of those fans who chose my club, like I'm a Liverpool fan because of family connections, and I was born 20 minutes from Anfield. My dad has been a Liverpool fan all his life. I was always going to be a Liverpool fan. I didn't get a say in it. But if Liverpool didn't exist for any reason, and it was like, I love football, I have to choose a team, who am I going to pick? I genuinely think West Ham would be up there. I think maybe they would be the team. I like West Ham. Newcastle maybe as well would be another shout, but West Ham would probably be the one that stands out. West Ham have made very good games to watch. Counter debate. I don't want Wolves to go down, but I don't want Spurs to stay up. Catch 22. And Timbo, I am going to the PSG second leg at Anfield on Tuesday, Key. I'll bring my Chelsea scarf. Oh, you big turncoat. As if you go in that game. Have you managed to get a ticket? You've wangled a ticket for the big game. PSG against Liverpool at Anfield. Jabba, if there was no Liverpool, you'd definitely support Everton. Yeah, probably. Everton would still be wearing red in that alternate universe, wouldn't they? The Crimson Flip says, I'm a Geordie, but always had a soft spot for West Ham. My mum bought me a Toon top. My uncle bought me a West Ham top. What West Ham top was it, though? That's the important question. Which one was it? Was it Dagenham Motors? Was it that far back? Or was it Betway? Was it... What's the other ones that West Ham have had over the years? Dr. Martens was another one. The DeCanio Dr. Martens shirt. That'd be quite a cool kit to have right now. Timbo, my brother's a Liverpool fan and the person he was going with couldn't come. I've now been to Anfield more times than Stamford Bridge. Plastic fan. Plastic Timbo. Madhouse says, Key, if you took your top off, you'd look like a Newcastle fan on a cold night. I wouldn't. I'd look like Van Damme. Jean-Claude. Free kick on the edge of the box here for Wolves. Souček. Chopped down. Matthias Mane. Is it Matthias Mane? Was it Matthias Mane or Bellegarde? Sorry, it was Bellegarde, wasn't it? Mane's not even on the pitch yet. Don't know why I said Mane. I thought he might have come on at half time. He moved like Mane. Very quick from Bellegarde. Pete says, I just like the Bubbles song, but You'll Never Walk Alone is good. Timbo says, my parents kidnapped me up north When I was a mere child, there was nothing I could do. In that alternate universe, Everton would still be playing at Anfield. They would. Yes. And still be wearing red. I think if they had the time again, Everton, they'd probably just pay the rent. Just pay the rent and they don't have to, they'd save themselves a whole heap of trouble, wouldn't they? That's what happened. The rent went up and they just went, no, we're not paying that much. We'll go and pay it. We'll go and play somewhere else. And the landlord created a new team. They might have just paid the rent. Just pay it. So save everything. Save all the issues. Sir, the muscles from Brussels. That's him. Kickboxer. Street fighter. Great films, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Timbo, another fact you never asked for. I've seen Chelsea as many times at Wembley as I've seen us at home. I'm only there for the big occasions, like a big plastic. Oh, you've absolutely told on yourself there. You big plastic. Jabber, I actually have a soft spot for Wolves, but I don't think I could handle their derbies. They haven't really got any derbies, have they, Wolves? The Black Country's like... It feels like they've got derbies with everyone and nobody really. Like Walsall and you know West Brom is a Black Country derby. Wolves and West Brom, but then Wolves and Birmingham, and then you've got Wolves and Villa, and it's kind of everyone. There's loads of teams in the Midlands, bloody loads of them. New Liverpool champ for Everton should have paid the rent. Michael, are you watching the Wolves game? I am indeed, sir. And Will says, Key, I've got my dad's Sky account on Sky Sports. Nice, good stuff. Timbo, it cost me 300 plus to see a Chelsea game. I am not rich yet, so can't justify this. Aaron, your content is better when my phone is muted. Your profile picture's better when my screen is smashed. It's very nice of you to say. Jabba says, remember the last Wolves and West Brom derby? Yikes. I don't remember that. What happened in it? Who has more chances to qualify, Barca or Liverpool? Liverpool. It's back at Anfield, isn't it? They're at the Wanda Metropolitano. It's a difficult away place. Timbo, Aaron's just saying you're a beautiful man and he loves looking at you. I know it was a little bit creepy that. I was going to go down that route. I thought I'd go on the front foot, but it was a little bit creepy. If someone said, I mean, what he might as well have said there is, hi, Key, I really like watching you. Bit sinister, that, Aaron. Gareth, doesn't matter where the game is when your team is shit. Of course it does. Yeah, of course it does. Hey, listen, just because your team's shit don't mean you stop watching football. If all you're doing is watching because you win, I think you, respectfully, need to grow up a little bit. Football's good fun whether you win, lose or draw. It's frustrating when you get beat, don't get me wrong. But if you're only going there to watch your team win, you're watching a game of football. You've got to watch it to enjoy it. Here's Somerville. Joof. Go on, lad. What are you doing? See, that's the issue with Somerville right there. That's exactly where he needs to do better. Gets around the edge of the box. Got a chance to make a pass. Doesn't do it. We all like watching UK in real life outside your window. Oh, if it was anyone else making that joke, I'd be really, really laughing. But I'm quite concerned that it's you. Jabba says 2023 cup tie, fans on the pitch fighting, getting batoned by police. Why don't I remember that? EFC didn't accept the huge rent increase and didn't want to serve the landlord's beer. They left and the landlord did landlord things. Yeah, didn't like that. Don't like that. It's not a very Liverpool way of looking at things, is it? But that is what happened. Ahmed says, I think Barca, in my opinion, they played better with 10 men. What actually, I've still not seen, by the way. Can someone educate me on what actually happened with the player bending down and touching the ball? Did he touch the ball while the ball was already in play and it should have been a penalty and a second yellow or something like that? West Ham are in the area. Somerville, good block again, and it's a corner. Aaron's just my second account. Spurs are getting relegated. No, they're not. I don't think so. Jay Shaw, the liver bird, is blue. Basically, the keeper passed it to him and he bent down and touched it, then played it. James, there's no point in us staying at Anfield when we built Goodison. It was state of the art. It was state of the art in 1902 or whatever it was, whenever you started. Well, it was 1878 you started, and then you was at Anfield for however many years. Was it 14 years or something like that? 1892, I guess. It would have been when we created. I was thinking, when would you have actually built Goodison? Would it have been a year or two later? I don't know how long construction took in the late 1800s. 92FC says Spurs channel said they will be happy with the draw against Sunderland, fighting for survival. How can they be happy with a draw? I think you have to bear in mind that Sunderland have been quite difficult to beat at home. And if you go there and say it's a must-win, I'm not sure it is a must-win. Real Madrid Girona 1-1. Ooh, I told you that'd be a good game to watch. We should have watched Real Madrid Girona. Need to clean your windows too. I can barely see in. It's grey and made by a German fella. I forgot his name. Oh, what a ball. West Ham, what a goal that is. What a goal from Castellanos. This is why West Ham will stay up. This is why they'll stay up. Wonderful piece of play that from West Ham. But Castellanos, I said earlier, first half, he has been fantastic for him since he's come in. A real live wire. Really, really good. Did really well there. Wolves giving the ball away. And I think it might have been Mane, actually, who's just come on as a sub. Just a little bit careless. But Tati Castellanos picks the ball up, drives at the heart of the Wolves' defence. Little 1-2, little exchange. He picks it back up, and he just kind of scuffs it. Should Sarr do better here? Should Jose Sarr keep this one out? 66 minutes on the clock. Yeah, that's not good enough, that, from Matheus Mane. He gets caught on the ball. Castellanos drives forward. Good piece of play, that, from... Who is it who actually... It's Pablo, isn't it? It's Pablo with the touch. With a little Cruyff flick. Oh, it's Firmino-esque. Bobby Firmino-esque. And then Tati Castellanos just toe bungs it past Jose Sarr. I think the keeper might need to do better here. But it's 2-0 West Ham. Wolves are very much out of it now. I think West Ham... This is a big, big win. This sends Spurs 2 points from safety. Proper filthy goal. Sarah says, is it me, or is the relegation battle more interesting than the EPL title contenders? Here's Bowen. Inside again. It could be 3. Oh, it's there. It's 3. Oh, my God. It's him again. It's Tati again. It's almost an identical goal. They've scored 2 in 2 minutes. West Ham 3, Wolves 0. Oh, absolutely sensational stuff. This is it. This is what they needed. A real confidence-boosting win. They played so well against Leeds the other day, and I didn't think they deserved to be 2-0 down. They managed to turn it round. They get it to 2-2. It would have been heartbreaking to go out on pens. But this is the West Ham they've turned up tonight, and they've put a real performance in. 3-0. Go on, the Hammers. Go on, the Hammers. And now... Hey, listen, maybe they can start locking up. Forget about Spurs over the shoulder. They're level on points with Forest. They've conceded 14 more than Forest, but they've scored 8 more, so they're -6 worse off, aren't they? So what? Forest are on -12. West Ham are currently, as it stands, on -18. If Forest were to lose against Villa tomorrow, West Ham maybe can add another couple here. It might just bring that goal. Listen, goal difference could be the difference between staying up and going down. So, like, Nuno Santo can't afford to take his foot off here. This is where goals really matter. They've got to go and get a few more. Don't just finish it at 3-0, let's close the game out. No, no, no. Go and get some more. You're on minus 18, Forest on minus 12, Leeds are on minus 11, Tottenham are on minus 10. So there's just, they need to get down closer to those numbers, don't they? They need to get down to get a few more, 3 or 4 more goals if they can. I mean, I don't think they're going to win 6-0, but if they could, there's 25 minutes left maybe, and the 3-0 up, the game's dead from Wolves' point of view. So, and Wolves know they're going down. So it's all about pride now, and if West Ham can secure a couple more goals, this is massive. Pablo with a beautiful assist. Absolutely beautiful assist. Spurs are going down. Ole, ole. I'm still thinking it's going to be Forest. Forest, maybe Leeds. But I think Spurs will be okay, and I think West Ham will be okay. Let's make it 4-0, says Savage You. Tatty better than Isaac confirmed. Ashish, I am off. Oh, mate, Ashish, listen, we'll be live on Sunday for Spurs away at Sunderland, so we've got to see how... Listen, we're going to have to see how Forest respond and how Leeds respond on Monday against Man United. But Sunday, Spurs away at Sunderland, that's the next big game in the relegation battle. I mean, I guess you could say Burnley tomorrow against Brighton, but I think that's... Burnley have got Brighton at Turf Moor. If Brighton were to win that one, it kind of just all but confirms that Burnley and Wolves are going down. If we didn't already know that, we'll know that tomorrow. Timbo, what is the biggest shock? Spurs going down or Leicester winning the league? Leicester winning the league. Yeah, Leicester winning the league, of course. Spurs going down isn't that shocking given the fact that they were 17th last year. I know they won the Europa League, but they were still down there. You know, you can't finish 17th one year and then go down the next, and it'd be really incredibly surprising. But I don't think they will. Spurs will stay up. Spurs stay up, calling it now. Broken verdict, Leeds aren't winning shit, battered at Old Trafford as always. Yeah, I'd like Leeds to get a result at Old Trafford, but I've predicted 3-1 to United. Hope I'm wrong, but I've predicted 3-1 to United. Wolves down the left-hand side. Ball in. Oh, must be offside, is it? Oh, no, cleared away. I thought he was offside. The ball got pulled back in. I think it was an own goal, it would have been, actually. I think the keeper saves it from his own defender. It's a crumble job. Get the custard. Who goes down then? For me, I think it's Wolves, Burnley and Forest. Sorry, 3-star. You know I love you, mate, but I really do think it's going to be Forest. Maybe Leeds, but I think it's going to be Forest. As it stands, do you know what? This will be fascinating. If Tottenham were to win on Sunday against Sunderland, if they were to win and Leeds were to lose against United, there would be 1 point separating 4 teams, and one of them would be going down. Right now, there's 3 points separating those 4 teams. But I think it's very possible that Spurs win away at the Stadium of Light, and very possible that Leeds lose at United. That would be probably my predictions at this moment in time. Mitchell says Leeds will definitely beat Spurs. And counter debate, isn't Leicester in the relegation zone now too? Yeah, well, listen, Leicester might well be going down to League One. It's quite a sad indictment. Ball whipped in, cleared away. Swifty, I really hope you're right, Key. Makuki, Semeye, Arsenal. Don't you have something to do? I do, mate. I'm watching the football. That's what I do. Do you think Spurs go down? No, I don't. No, I don't think Spurs go down at all. I think De Zerbi keeps them up. Here's a question, though. If Spurs were to go down, because I got asked this earlier, but I'd be really interested to hear what you, the chat, think about this. If Spurs were to go down, how many players do you think would stick it out in the Championship and say, no, we're going to stay, we're going to stick it out and we're going to come back up with you? How many players do you think would want to do that, would have the fight and the desire to do that? And how many do you think Spurs would realistically be able to keep as well? Because that's the other big thing. If they were to go down, Spurs would have to recruit some Championship quality players, wouldn't they? That's what you have to do. You have to kind of adjust for that level. De Zerbi has already committed to say that he'll be staying, even if they are relegated. He will be Spurs manager next season, come what may. That's what he said. Even if we go down, I will still be the manager. Which I think is a very good, a bold commitment, and I respect that. I think De Zerbi will keep him up. But if they don't, I'd be interested to see what that Spurs lineup might look like in a Championship. How many players would they have to bring in? How many players would they immediately sell? Would it be like Juventus, when Juventus got relegated and there was still sort of that hard core, wasn't there? There was a real core of players who said, no, we're going down with you, we'll drag you back up. Counter debate, their youth academy players will stay, that's it. And any old players. Do you think like Archie Gray, maybe? Archie Gray might stay. He's been linked with Liverpool, funnily enough. Do you think Vipotnik will get a move to the Prem with 20 goals for Swansea? No, listen, I quite liked Vipotnik, but I think he's better off staying with Swansea and maybe having a good go at the playoffs with Matos next year. Vitor Matos has done well since he's come in. I think, yeah, if they can keep Vipotnik, which I've no reason to think why they couldn't, keep hold of Vipotnik, go again with Vitor Matos next year. Swansea could well be a dark horse for the playoffs. Cheers, Matty. Pete says Van der Ven and Romero will go. Aiden says, I like you, but why do you always back Slot? He's so bad. I'll very briefly, mate. I think you're pointing the finger at the wrong person. The person ultimately responsible for this is not the manager. If you change the manager, it doesn't actually change anything. We'd still be in the position that we're in. Jabba says Spurs had to find a manager willing to stick it out in the Championship, so fair play to De Zerbi for agreeing to that. Yeah, I think that is the right approach for me. Don Ballard will probably leave Leyton Orient with 21 goals. A lot of good players in the lower leagues that could be teased away. We was looking at Norwich the other day. Some of the players that Norwich have brought in. Torre from the Danish Super League. They've picked up some brilliant players. Schwartau, Torre, Matteson was another one. Unbelievable quality that they've got at Norwich. Some really talented scouts at Norwich. Timmy says Liverpool can still come back. Anything can happen at Anfield. Yep. And I think it will. I think we get a goal early on. Graham Bergvall would stay, you'd think. Would you rather Xabi Alonso or Gerrard as Liverpool manager next? I hopefully we don't get either. I don't want either. If Liverpool appoint either, it's a terrible situation. We don't want either. FG, what do you think the top 7 in the Prem will end in order? I think Arsenal, City, Man United, Liverpool, Villa, Chelsea, Newcastle. Late run from Newcastle. Could be wrong. Have been wrong before. But yeah, I think Villa will win the Europa League, and I think they'll get in via the Europa League. Chance. Oh, Tati Castellanos again. Big chance. Should have had his hat-trick there. Should have been a hat-trick for Castellanos. Timbo, I'm unfollowing and unsubscribing. From me garden. Oh, good grief. Maybe we've got a big Aintree following on this channel. Or there's just, I don't know what the views across the board are like. Maybe we've got a big Aintree racecourse fan base. I live in the garden. Oh, gee, says Liverpool finished 6th. Fair enough, eh? I don't think so. We've picked up more points than Villa or Chelsea, so I still think we'll finish above at least one of them. I would imagine Villa will be taking their eye off the league and looking more towards winning that Europa League. That'll be a big thing for them, and I think they might just maybe switch towards thinking about that. Gamer Guru, come on you hammers. Spurs are going down. Spurs are on their way to the Championship. Broken Verdict says Villa over Chelsea. Could you imagine Everton being above Liverpool? That'd be crazy for the champions. I mean, listen, to be honest, if Everton do finish above us, I don't think it'll happen, but if it did, good luck to him. Fair play to him. If David Moyes gets Everton above Liverpool, I mean, we've had a really bad year, but good luck to Everton. Fair play to him. If they actually do, then I genuinely, I won't even be able to say anything. I'll just be like, fair enough. Well done. You've deserved it. But they won't. They won't. I've watched Everton a very long time. They get in these positions, and they've got in these positions before, and they fluff it. Everton won't be in a European place next year. They won't have any European football next year at Everton. None. Nil. Zilch. Nada. You heard it here first. What's the score? Score is 3-0. West Ham 3, Wolves 0. Broken Verdict. You'll never hear the end of it, Key. Oh, no. I know, and do you know what the worst bit is? I've really given out to a lot of my Evertonian mates as well. Like, I've really, really gone big on it and, like, fully laughed at them when they've suggested. They've had the gall to suggest that they might get Europe, and I've, like, laughed and, like, oh, behave yourself. Don't be totally, like, poo-pooed the idea. Oh, so I really would. It would be the cows, the chickens, whatever it is, would be coming home to roost. The cows would be going out to pasture, whatever it is. It would be bad. Very, very bad. West Ham down the right-hand side. Bowen in the area. Goal kick, I think. Or has he got a corner out of that? Has he got a corner? Man, Wazy, what a nice shirt, bro. Cheers, man. Thank you very much, sir. Jabber Key argues his view very well, even when he's dead wrong. Tati Castellanos being subbed off there. Barcelona rely too much on an 18-year-old and Rafinha, who is injured. And Counter Debate says the Ginger Goblin has come back as the Grey Goblin. Everton finished 7th. You know what? Even if they don't finish above us, but they get European football, I'll still, believe me, I will still hold my hands up and say, fine, got it wrong. I had them finishing like 12th. So, you know, they're probably going to exceed my expectations anyway. Chance! Oh, it's 4! It's 4! It's Mavropanos' second. Oh, this is the sort of result West Ham needed. This is a real confidence booster now. 4-0 battering of Wolves. Now, West Ham have got... And listen, West Ham have got some big games coming up as well. They've got to go to Palace after this one next week. They've got to play Everton here. That's going to be a huge game. Everton here. Brentford away. Arsenal here. Go on, West Ham. Newcastle away. And then final day of the season, Leeds, West Ham Leeds. That could be a case of. Do you know what I think that might be? I think that might be one of them where it's like a draw keeps both sides in the Premier League, and you'll see the most dull and boring game ever. Flicked on at the near post, Mavropanos with a volley, really good goal that one. Like an overhead kick from Mavropanos. To be fair, I think is it Krejci's got a handful of his shirts. He's trying to swap shirts with him. He's doing the old Arsenal tactics. He's trying to swap shirts with him during the game. Timbo, Keys disrespected the mighty and died. Dewsbury Hall and James Garner will be punished. Espírit's not been fit for a while, has he? Richard Kennedy, we haven't got the squad to cope with 2 domestic cups, the league and Europe. I think we need to bulk the squad up. Yeah, listen, Everton have got some players, some real players. But yeah, I agree. I think your squad's far too light for a European charge. Zed, focus on your own club, pal. I watch football for a living, mate. I watch football for a living, so it's difficult to focus on my own club because I watch football every single day. What a ball that is! Should be 5! Oh, he's done it! Oh, no, he's not! How have you missed it? Oh, Dama Traore. Should have been 5. Should have been 5, and that's the type. Maybe that's something they look back on. Maybe they get relegated on goal difference, West Ham, and they're looking back on that moment. The type of goal that could have kept them in the division. 4-0 up at home to Wolves. He's 1-on-1 with the keeper, bearing down on goal, and he's just scuffed it wide. Terrible, terrible from Adama Traore. Still 5-10 minutes to go. Gamer Guru says, where's Wolves' fight here? Scrapped like fuck for top 6, but letting West Ham spank him. And counter debate, I honestly think if Everton give the manager some proper money, he can get them higher than the current pool. Would have been a pen check for sure if that hadn't gone in. What is he doing exactly? Yeah. What is he doing? Zed, you live rent-free in Arsenal's head. I think you've got that one arse about tit there, mate. I think you've tried to do a funny there, haven't you? Can someone help him? Do you want to try again? Can someone help him? I think he might need a bit of a hand in the chat. You live rent-free in Arsenal's head. I don't think that's what you meant to say, is it? You might need to try that one again. Someone give him an hand. If Traore wasn't fast, he'd be a PT at a Spanish leisure centre. He is very fast, though, isn't he? He is very, very fast. Jabba says, we've got the summer to add players and Moyes needs Europe to court the players he wants, so he's motivated. Well, I made a big, big call, a very big call, at the start of the season that my shock managerial departure in the Premier League would have been David Moyes. I thought Everton would get sort of the shiny, shiny, shiny syndrome where they've got a brand new stadium and they get all excited and they've got brand new owners and, ambition and they've got old David Moyes, tired David Moyes in charge. And I thought that just was maybe a recipe for disaster. And it hasn't worked out that way. So I have to hold my hand up. I got it wrong. I absolutely got it wrong with David Moyes and Everton, and he's done really well. And if he proves me wrong, if he goes on to prove me wrong and they finish in the top 6, top 7, I'll be banged to rights. However, I'm still going to say I still think they don't finish in the top 6, top 7. I think my prediction of 12th, it'll be closer to that mid-table. FG, he could be complimenting you. He could, yes, he could be. He could be saying that Arsenal can't stop thinking about me. And maybe that is the case. Maybe it is. Luke, hard to believe Traore came through La Masia. Traore being a Barca graduate is the biggest stain on that academy forever. But he is a wonderful footballer in raw physical attributes. He's got everything. He's tall. He's got 99 pace, 96 strength. He can cross. He can dribble. He just can't really do it very often. He's a cheat code, isn't he? It is like having Usain Bolt on the wing, like someone said earlier. He's a wonderful athlete, but not a footballer. That's such an insult, isn't it? If you were Adama Traore, you'd be so gutted at hearing that type of shout. Jabba Moyes went from rescuing us from relegation to fighting for Europe within a calendar year. That's quite the accomplishment. It is, yeah, it is. And he deserves credit for it. Absolutely deserves credit. Throws players like ragdolls too. What a player. He does, doesn't he? Yeah. Like, I've only ever seen, and I'm not just saying this, oh yeah, of course you'll bring up Van Dijk, but I have only ever seen Van Dijk bounce him. I remember one time he did that for Wolves. He knocked it past Van Dijk, and I was like, oh my God, he's got him. And he knocked it past him, and he went, and Van Dijk just turned the burners on, and he didn't even look like he broke sweat, and he absolutely bodied Adama Traore. It's the only time I've ever seen anyone do that to him. Cleared away. There was a small period when Traore was unplayable. Yeah, listen, I like him. I quite like him. I think the West Ham signing him on a free was a very smart move because he was doing all right for Fulham. Adama Traore, again, as much praise as Iliman and Dyer has got, I'm not just having a pop at Iliman and Dyer. I'm saying it because we've been talking about Everton and people were saying, oh, I don't rate him enough. Adama Traore got more assists and goals. I think he created more and did more than Adama Traore, than Iliman and Dyer last year. So, you know, he does create, he does score. He's just not that of a top winger. But he's a very reliable backup. Richard Kennedy, Moyes has done class with us the first time. He just didn't have the money. It was nearly all loans and free transfers or getting some cheap diamonds. Gamer Guru says best moment of the season was Pedro pushing him and then seeing his life flash before his eyes. How many added minutes? Four added minutes at the end of this one. 4 added minutes. Big reminder, by the way, if you're fancying a watch along tomorrow, it should be a lot busier tomorrow, I would imagine. It was a bit of a quiet one tonight, a bit more of a chill and chat type of vibe tonight. Bit of a quiet stream, but we will be live tomorrow for 3 very big games. Arsenal-Bournemouth at 12:30. I'll be live at 12 o'clock for that one. I might even go live at 11:30. I don't know yet. But I'll be live tomorrow for Arsenal-Bournemouth, and then I'll be live straight after that one for Everton-Brentford. Brentford-Everton, rather. It is at the G-Tech. And then, obviously, 5:30 Liverpool-Fulham. Dreading all 3 of them in different ways. But I'll be live for all 3. I'll be here, right here, from about 12 o'clock all the way through to about 8 o'clock tomorrow. Should be a good laugh. And, yeah, if you want to watch along with us, whether you're dipping in or watching them all with us, I'll be here. And hopefully I'll see you at some point tomorrow. Obviously, we've got 3 minutes left in this one, though. It's Luke says, should do the East Anglia derby for the early kickoff, not the Arsenal Borefest. Hey, that will be a good game, Ipswich and Norwich. Norwich are flying at the minute. Timbo, I'm conflicted about the City game. We need to win, but Arsenal cannot be allowed to win the league. I think you'll finish above Villa. I really do. I think you can afford to lose against City and you'll still finish above Villa. I know the table's not necessarily favourable. You're 6 points behind Villa, but haven't you still got to play them? Oh, no, you don't. You've got City, United, Brighton away, Liverpool away. Oh, it's bad. Chelsea have got some bad fixtures. Really bad. Liverpool away. You've got United, Brighton away. Got to play Tottenham. Got to play Sunderland away last game of the season. Louis says you can't win with Everton and Brentford. No matter who wins, they'll be level with you. I know, but do you know what? Even if Brentford win, I don't really mind them being level with us because they're not really a threat. Brentford, they're not. I don't see Brentford as a threat. I don't see Everton as a threat. I'd just rather Brentford win. For me, Brentford win or draw tomorrow. That's the ideal. Wolves strike, cleared away. Vuyo says, new Premier League record. Man United have the most days off between 2 games in a Premier League season. 24 days. This is why. This is absolutely why they're going to finish 3rd, by the way. That's an absolute cheat code. They get 24 days off in between games. Jesus. No wonder they're flying. Does Kepa get an EPL medal, by the way? He hasn't played any Prem games. It depends. Sometimes they give him they give basically a lot more medals nowadays. It's not always a criteria based thing. Usually the clubs can request extra medals and things like that. So it depends. I'm sure Arteta would push for the club to get more medals. Clips Market, I think Brentford are more of a threat to Liverpool than Everton. I would agree, but I think it's because it's Everton. Liverpool fans are naturally maybe a bit more worried, which is fine. Services, they give them so many medals, and it's up to Arsenal to hand them out, and they can request more, can't they? That's the big differentiator. Chelsea are absolutely in the mud. They've got a hard run in. Ben, do you think we win tomorrow, Key? I do, mate. Yeah, I absolutely believe we'll win tomorrow. I saw enough against City and PSG to think that we'll, as long as we're not facing absolute elite opposition who kill off every single, like PSG and City in particular. Let's forget about PSG for a minute. City in particular basically took every chance that came their way, and fair play to them. That's what City are really, really good at. PSG, as soon as we went 1 goal down, it was always going to be an uphill battle. But I think we beat Fulham tomorrow. I am confident. I think we'll do it. But there you go. West Ham have won 4-0. What a big result that is. 4-0 against Wolves. Huge performance. Definitely deserved. Full credit to West Ham and Nuno Santo for putting him to the sword there. 4 goals and a very, very big performance that sees West Ham leap Tottenham now up into 17th. They're 2 points clear of Spurs, and they've reined the goal difference back in. It was minus 21 at the start of tonight. It's now just minus 17. That's a little bit better, a little bit closer to the minus 12, minus 11, minus 10 that the rivals have, Nottingham Forest and Leeds. And it might well come down to goal difference at the end of the season. So they're going to have to start winning games and winning games well. It might well come down to that. Happy birthday for tomorrow, Key. Cheers, Liam. Thank you very much, mate. I appreciate that. Hopefully, it'll be a positive day. I'm really nervous about tomorrow. I am very, very nervous that we've got Arsenal Bournemouth first up, 12:30. I'll be live at 12 for that one. Straight after, 3 o'clock, Brentford against Everton. Come on the Bees. Come on the Cherries. Come on the Bees. And then 5:30, we desperately need Liverpool to win. Please, please, please. Desperately need Liverpool to win. Au revoir, Timbo. Lots of love, mate. Appreciate everyone in the chat. Thank you ever so much, everyone that's commented, liked, shared, subscribed. If you want to see more, if you like these watch-alongs, if you enjoy them, if you enjoy the halftime quiz, if you enjoy the chat and the banter and all that stuff, even if you're here to wind me up and troll me, the only way you keep getting to do that is if you hit like and subscribe. So I appreciate everyone that has. Thank you so much. Takes you 2 seconds to do it. Everyone that's in the chat now, do us a favour on your way out. Hit like. I'll see you all tomorrow, 12 o'clock. Come on the Cherries. Take it easy. Have a nice night, everyone. Enjoy your Friday. Ta-da.